IPL stands for intense pulsed light. So in office, again, the doctor that I work with, she does IPL. What IPL does is it is an applicator that sends out scattered light. That scattered light gets into your skin and is absorbed by targets. The targets are pigment, typically. That's what IPL is going after, pigment and blood. It seeks out these targets. Those targets absorb that light energy, convert it into heat. It gets converted into heat again, and that heat destroys its target. So IPL uses light converted into heat to destroy pigment and blood, reds. So broken capillaries and also pigment. Now, in at-home devices, the only one I have used is the Faustina. And I've talked about this, it was several months ago. I used this for several weeks, and I definitely did notice an improvement in my pigment. I specifically used it right in this area on an age spot that I find to be particularly, it's tough for me. I've used skincare on it, and it's a resistant sunspot, honestly, age spot. And I did use this diligently, and it absolutely did lighten that age spot. So this is using light, driving it into the skin. The pigment in that sunspot is absorbing the light, and it gets converted into heat, and slowly over time, because obviously this intense pulse light is nowhere near as strong as in office. Nowhere near. It is a super fraction of it, which is why you have to do it all the time to get any kind of result. Something I want to give you as far as an update on that as well is that I moved on to doing other tests of other devices, and so I haven't been treating this area with this device for several weeks now. And I will tell you that I am noticing that my pigment seems to be not necessarily coming back, but a little bit darker than when I finished my treatment session, my treatment round with the Faustina. So what that tells me is if you have stubborn pigment like me, or you want to do something like the Faustina, you probably should plan on it being ongoing to keep that pigment at bay. If you get a good result, you're probably going to have to revisit it at least, several more times that year. If not, just continue to do it and not ever stop using this device. Now, they come with a gazillion flashes. I mean, I think that originally each lamp, which this is detachable, you can buy replacement lamps. Each one, I think, had 300,000 flashes when I originally got this. And I think now you can get lamps with even more flashes. But I will also tell you that entire treatment round that I did, I mean, I don't even know that I'll ever be able to get through a quarter of the flashes that are in this bulb. So yes, there are replacement bulbs, but man, it would take a lot of treatments before you're going to get through those flashes in a bulb. So that is intense pulse light. It's for pigment, and it is for things like broken capillaries. I did not see any change in my broken capillaries. It's not something that is a terrible issue for me, but I didn't see a change. I have talked to other people that have used the IPL from Faustina, and they did see a change in their broken capillaries. So, I can take them obviously for their word, but I didn't personally see that. I saw a change in my browns, in my pigment from aging sunspots. Now, they call this the skin rejuvenation lamp. And there are studies that show that IPL, like in-office IPL, can over time help induce collagen. But I would say that if you are looking for treating fine lines, if you're looking for, sagging skin, any of that stuff, it's not the IPL that you want. IPL is for pigment. That's what this is all about, is pigment. You can use this for hair removal. There is another lamp that is for hair removal. Unfortunately, my hair isn't dark enough to treat with an IPL, but that is something that is an option on one of these at-home IPL as well. So important to know, very important to know that it isn't really about your muscle. It's not about sagging. It's not about fine lines. It's about pigment for IPL.